Episode 8 of X-Men 97 was just another banger, man. This episode has random cameos, some of them completely unexpected, and I'll get into them in a little while. Some of the references in this, like, man, there's gotta be something building. At this point, I am convinced that if you were surprised if they bring back the Marvel animated universe from the 90s and just expand it, you're insane. But let's get into everything in this one. The first major one was when everyone's sitting down in the area where they normally have their mission debriefs. Beast mentions the mystics at Kamertage. The sorcerers, like Doctor Strange. And he also brings up absolute points in time. Now we're referencing What If from the Doctor Strange episode. Like, season 1 Doctor Strange episode. But man, that's intense, because now, if you think back to the previous episode, we saw General Ross, we see Captain America. He mentions him informing his team and getting them involved. General Ross, the base that Rogue roasted into, was to suppress and keep down the Hulk. So this just keeps growing. Bastion's plans do seem to be not only involving the government, but as well as the Friends of Humanity and this Operation Zero Tolerance. And now that we're seeing what it's actually all about, and it's the Super Sentinels, and we learned they're actually human. They're not like androids or created. They're actually just an altered human. They're dipped in this green liquid, almost like a super soldier project. And it somehow turns them into one of these Super Sentinels. But as he describes, they can be like a sleeper cell agent. Just the moment they come around a mutant, they'll suddenly click on and start working. And it's like, whoa, this is intense. And when Beast finally logs in to this program and gets it to show how many there are, it's like there was at least dozens, if not hundreds. This is a major problem. We get to see a little deeper into the bigotry of his parents towards mutants. But Sunspot really doesn't need this. Him and Jubilee were perfectly justified in walking out. But after they get attacked and go back, it puts the pin in the coffin. There is no way that Sunspot can trust his parents after they told him to go with them. Like, they watched these Sentinels take her child away, and they're fine with it. Like, he does not need them at all. Rogue obviously was a lot more hurt than we thought. And, seeing Jean Grey trying to solve it and Nightcrawler being there, like, he was feeling it. But, Nightcrawler with his inspirational speeches got Jean to feel a lot better. And hopefully, we get to have Rogue back. Like, she's got to be there in the final 2 episodes. We only got 2 left. This was an interesting adaptation of Bastion's backstory. As I've read it in the book up there and watched some videos online, he had some weird different situations. One of them involved this object that was able to combine them, but time has been involved in 1 or 2 of the storylines. But it was interesting. I actually liked the adaptation of it coming into his father, like, what was his name? Nimrod coming into the ears of his Bastion's father, so that he would actually, when he impregnated his mother, actually make a hybrid of human and android. Now that's cool. Now, it's interesting how they also describe him as the descendant of Master Mold, Nimrod, and any of these other, like, super androids. So he literally is a blend of all, as they were saying, the past, the present, and the future. Okay, so I did not expect Doctor Doom to just appear on camera out of nowhere. Like, what? He's involved? This is getting huge. Like, this is what I meant earlier by, if the Fantastic Four starts getting involved out of nowhere, I'm not surprised, because he's showing up. And Baron Zemo, like, that's Captain America villain. We've already seen Captain America, so, hey, we're going that direction. But who's the mystery chick they intentionally didn't show you her face? It's not the blonde girl that was there. She later frees Magneto. And it also, unless they changed the voice actor, this was definitely not Mystique. But we'll have to wait and see, because some voice actors have been changed, but I thought they would try and keep it a little closer. Like, I haven't noticed the difference in the voices for the changed voice actors. So everyone getting attacked separately into little groups by different sentinels. Like I'd already mentioned, Jubilee and Sunspot, it was the butler. For Beast, it was the journalist chick that showed up and he got angry on Genosha. But for the Summers crew, you know, we have Cable, Cyclops, and Jean traveling around. They found Bastion's home, and it ended up being his mother. Like, the moment she walked on the screen, I'm like, there's something wrong about this. But I didn't expect her to be a freaking Sentinel. Like, Jesus. When she started cracking all around, I was like, oh, man. It's one of the older ones. Did not expect the whole town or them to have to do that whole like flying and dodging around scene. But I will say, is it just me, or when the freaking car shoots out the back of the freaking Blackbird, was that not like straight out of one of the Fast and Furious movies, or is it just me? Because like, it's almost like someone that was a part of writing this is a fan of Fast and the Furious series, because like, it is a family. Man, you know that the people that were behind deciding how to handle the Wolverine and Nightcrawler scene, they were like, no, we're just going to have them slicing Sentinels up and having them putting them back together. It's just going to be this epic scene. But Wolverine flying through the air and free falling back and just slicing them to pieces. Like, you can't tell me that was not something worth skipping back and watching that more than once. I know I did. I watched it 3 times. Man, I think when I don't remember her name, but she was the political friend of Xavier's. When she freed Magneto and she got captured by Mr. Sinister and Bastion, her saying that Magneto was right just hit hard. Like that, I never would have expected her to say that, considering how everything was going in episode 2. Like, wow. That just, man, I don't know, that hit me really hard. Magneto flying into the air and then landing in Antarctic and just launching those magnetic waves around the world, and said, enough. And he shuts off the power, like, worldwide. Like, he stopped those drones. The Sentinels dropped out the sky. Like, everything ended. I have no idea where they're wanting to go with this one. Especially when they have Spider-Man show up, like, out of nowhere. You see Silver Samurai. Like, where are they going? The cameos galore in these episodes don't feel like forced. There's not enough time for it to feel wasted. It was just like, hey, of course these characters noticed it. I mean, I'm expecting to see the Avengers show up anytime soon. And with the venture and the mention of Kamar-Taj, I'm expecting Doctor Strange and Wong to show up at any point. But the episode ending with Xavier's return and him calling his X-Men to him was just perfect. I can't wait to see how this is going to go, because you know that Magneto heard that call. You know it. And who all else? You saw Storm. She's coming. Like, everybody's about to group back up. You have Xavier back in the party. Which side is Magneto gonna be on? Is it back to how it was before Xavier's supposed death? And is the Shi'ar Empire gonna get involved because he left? This is gonna be one hell of a last 2 episodes, and I can't wait. So, until next time, the next episode, and I'll catch you later.